absolutely busting. I've actually become a little bit obsessed with teal and orange. I mean, I knew about it. I knew about teal and orange, okay? If you're into cinema, and if you're into lighting, and if you're into color grading, you know about teal and orange, which in a nutshell is this kind of color mixed with a nice warm tungsten type light. And I sort of avoided it for a while. But the reason I think I was avoiding teal and orange for so long was because it's famously known as a good look. And I'm always one to try and avoid these stereotypical cliche things that everybody else does. I think that that's to my detriment sometimes. There's pros and cons actually. The pros are you figure out what you like in terms of equipment, in terms of style, in terms of the look and feel of the content that you create. You will ultimately build something for yourself that really suits you and it'll have your stamp on it. And then the cons, I suppose one of the main cons is, especially like if you say something like, I've just discovered that I love teal and orange, would be, it's popular for a reason, and that is because it's just a classically good thing. But I'm happy that I wasn't just pushed into teal and orange is cool, so we use that all the time. I'm 4 years into what I'm doing in terms of making videos and experimenting with light and color and all that kind of stuff. And right now, I really, really love teal and orange. So I'll now use my experiences and, well, my specific style alongside that classic element of teal and orange. So that was just a little revelation recently, and it was an accidental revelation because one of my friends was around here in the studio playing his guitar, and I was like, whoa, don't do anything else. I'm getting my camera out and I'm filming you. And I just actually had this little light tube, Godox light tube on, which is like a teal kind of color that it's set, and I had my newer lights on in the corner. I just chucked the camera down on the other side of him where there was no light hitting him and all the light was behind him. So he actually created this sort of just silhouette. And typically you're like, oh, well, you want to light up your subject, don't you? But I was like, fuck it, it's just him playing the guitar and singing in the moment type thing. And I don't want to like make it any different to what it is. I don't want to set it up. And oh my God, the result afterwards, I was like, that little blue light coming in the corner, and then that, well, it was actually the orange light coming in the corner, and then the blue teal light coming in from the other side in the background against his silhouette. That's what got me obsessed. And do you know what? We're watching Black Doves on Netflix right now, and I just see it everywhere. And I probably will see it everywhere now. You know, like every scene that people are shooting, there's this blue light coming in from the window, but they've got like an orange lamp, a tungsten type lamp on the other side, teal and orange, just everywhere, and it's really good, really good. So today is the 18th of December. I shot my first YouTube day in the studio yesterday. So I'm actually going to just very quickly catch up with any actual work that I need to do for my clients. That's not going to take me long. I'm pretty up to speed right now. And then I get stuck into my first YouTube, which by the time you're watching this is already up. And I'm actually really, really excited about it. It feels like I've wanted to do this forever, but just never really found myself in that position to commit. And it's definitely one that you would have to commit, because YouTube can be slow, I think. Definitely is slow, especially if it's long form content. But now I'm in the studio, now I've got this incredible space all to myself. I would be stupid to miss the opportunity to just start doing what I'm doing right now. It feels natural and it feels exciting. So of course I'm gonna fucking do it. I look after 14 different Instagram pages. My first job today is for 20 minutes, just go through each individual page, check that there's no new notifications that are worth acting upon, have a look at and see when the last post was, and maybe prioritize which pages are going to be active for the first part of the day. So 20 minutes on socials, and then we're going to do my stuff. I've got a shoot at 3 p.m, so that goes on the to-do list because to tick it off it's the thing I need to do today, so we're going to get it done. 30% off absolutely everything today. So I'm just going to post a couple of stories for this client, and you would be surprised at how many places, businesses who are open and have social media accounts don't share what is going on in their venue. This is one of the things that I like to do. So obviously I've shared this post to the story. Arsenal are playing tonight, right? And the venue, college, are showing it. So I'm going to reshare Arsenal's post, match day post, to the story. When you share to your story, Instagram does this thing where in the background it just creates this kind of like boring, disgusting background. But when you reshare a post to your story, you can actually choose to add a photo. Well, you can add lots of different things, but I choose photo. I find a photo that I took in the venue. That's the colors, that's the vibe of the place, and I'll tuck that in behind the actual post itself. And now automatically it looks so much better than if it was just there on its own with that horrible background that was there before. Although it's just a story and people will skim really quickly past that, because it's appealing to look at, it might just catch your eye a little bit more than if it was just a story reshare on its own. So there we go. It's simple, but it's complex. Or at least it's paying attention to detail. So I'll post that. I actually never thought that I would be what they would call a social media manager. Originally, I picked up a camera and I wanted to create and edit cinematic content. That's what I wanted to do. And so I started creating social media content with other businesses, and I quickly learned that when it comes to actually posting it, it can easily fall apart at that point. If there's a break between the creator and then you send it to, I don't know, like a PR company or a social media management company, or just the actual business themselves, they might not know half the stuff that you were thinking about when you were putting that thing together. And so there's a break in the chain and it becomes not as good as it could have been, and maybe sometimes doesn't even make sense, and that can be very wasteful. And when you're talking about creating social media for multiple businesses, it's a lot of content, a lot, all the time, and if you're breaking that chain between the creator and the person posting, unless these two people are really in sync, a lot of content goes to waste because it's not hitting the spot the way it should have. So that's how I've fallen into the line of work that I'm in. I've become this social media manager, which I never thought I would do. I always just thought, nah, I'm not interested in that. But now I am interested in it. One of the main takeaways that I've learned from, the last couple of years of managing social media accounts and posting the content that I'm creating for these businesses, one of the main things that I've learned, and obviously I post for myself as well, is that it is not about one single bit of content. It is about months and months and months of consistency and creating and posting and showing people what you're about. So it's all about the long game and the catalog that you build to represent whatever your brand is or whatever your business is or whatever the fuck it is you're doing. It's all about the long game, and it is never just about one bit of content. And you better hope that if you go viral, that you go viral later on in your journey of posting many, many things, because when that video does pop off, you're going to want a back catalogue of stuff to back up that viral video. People will visit your profile and go, oh yeah, there's heaps of stuff. These people have been working hard at putting stuff together forever. They got loads of stuff to share. I can find out loads about this person or these people or this brand just by scrolling through everything that they've been posting for the past 2 years or a year or whatever. So that's my main takeaway. That's the main thing that I've learned since really becoming essentially a social media manager and looking after people's socials is that it is not about one bit of content. It is about many bits all together as one. Okay, I gotta go. I got a haircut. I'm looking forward to getting stuck into my first episode of YouTube, editing myself chatting shit. Right, see you in a bit. Freshly trimmed. Okay, so earlier I was talking about the benefits of not always just doing what people say works and actually figuring out for yourself what you like and what your style is and what you're into, and you know, that way I feel like you end up with something that is unique and more suited to you. I wasn't really all that keen on this, like the camera bags that everyone has. Everyone has these camera bags that you can get all your lenses and bodies and cables and all that kind of stuff in. And I just felt like you probably couldn't get enough variety of stuff inside those bags. So I'll show you the bag, I'll show you everything it has, and I'll show you the contents of my bag as a content creator. The contents of my bag as a content creator. This is a Nike designed for athletes rucksack. First pocket I want to point out to you is this one on the back for my laptop. In there on its own, never any impact on it, and these are super padded. That is where I keep my laptop. I'll flip it over. We will go into the main one first. I'll show you what I've got going on. Right, so in here I keep my hard drives, SSDs, externals. I have got a tripod, a well-used tripod. Are you really a professional if you don't have a bit of duct tape holding some kit together? Studio grade headphones, Sennheiser HT300 Pros. They're awesome to have in the bag anytime I need to work remotely or just for referencing, plugging it into the camera and checking audio signals and stuff. A little camera bag which keeps my camera body, and then I have a spare lens, 35mm. A couple of little side pockets in the camera bag just for any specific bits that go with my camera, SD card reader and like lens caps and stuff like that. So that slots in nicely there. I actually have two mini lights that I carry around with me. One is the Aputure MC Pro, honeycomb filters, the dome. But yeah, this is a very good light, a very handy thing to have. As a mini key light, it's good on camera, and it is also brilliant for adding ambience to any scene or any shoot. The last thing I carry around in my bag, but I've got it out whilst I'm in my studio, is this Godox mini tube light, and it is incredible. And so I'll carry that around. It's got a little case, and it would sit in here with the main stuff. Now we're going to close it up and I'll show you all the bits and pieces that a normal camera bag wouldn't have. So here we've got my microphones. I've got the receiver and one microphone in use right now because I'm wearing them. These are my Rode mics, so they live in there. We got an on-camera Rode mic. This is for when you want to put the camera on a tripod, and actually a bike tool. Allen keys, screwdrivers, handy for any kind of like operational needs when you're using stands and cameras and stuff like that. And then I love this little mini Manfrotto mini tripod. Camera will screw right onto the top of there. This is great for having the camera just on a tabletop. Adjust the height and you can have it flat, really flat if you want a little low down desk shot or something like that. Love that. That is so handy when you don't want to bring out the big tripod. And here I've got my signature edition Peter McKinnon Polar Pro variable ND filter. That will usually live on the end of my camera, to be honest, but if I'm not using it, I got it in there. We've got a little dust blower. This pocket was only designed for one thing and one thing only: AirPods. Because look at the shape of the pocket. Thank you very much. And this, I use it for batteries. So I got little battery chargers and any of my bits and pieces in terms of batteries for lights or cameras or anything like that, including my Mac charger, I will keep in here. Then I got side pockets. This one is never really in use. Might stick a bottle of water in there if I'm kicking about. This one is for, well, to be honest, I'll use that for like my keys and maybe like spare bits of money or loose ends and stuff like that. That's just an extra pocket that I'll use. Last but certainly not least, we have this pocket on the side, which houses my little Ricoh GR3X. This point and shoot camera is an absolute babe. I love it. It's got such character to it. I bought it for going on holiday, and I love it. I'll show you some of the images that I captured. That's that. That's my bag, okay? Perfect example of not always buying what the people in whatever industry you're in say is the best thing. Do your research and figure out what works for you. I frickin' love this bag. That's it, look at that. You're way too high up because you're on a different stand. That's it. And it's not a camera bag, but I have got absolutely everything I need in there to go and carry out a shoot and then edit. To be honest, I could be completely mobile. It's like a mobile studio in a rucksack, and it's a Nike thing made for athletes. Okay, anyway, I am gonna call it a day there. I think I've probably bored you enough and distracted myself way too much from my work, and I need to get cracking. I need to really get stuck into an edit now, so that's not going to be very exciting for anybody to be watching. It's 18th of December, so it's pretty much Christmas is around the corner. I'm going to be out and about doing some shoots the next couple of days, so it might be after Christmas before I actually get back into this. And I suppose it's probably worth editing these down and posting them online and just seeing how I feel about them and let that digest before I do any more. So I'll see you after Christmas, maybe even in the new year. Yeah, if you have any questions in terms of videography and photography and camera gear and content creation, all that kind of stuff, all the bits and bobs that I deal with, then fire them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell for when the next one comes up. All right, cheers.